Here we have a bridge of a Seiko 7S26C. I've shown you in a previous video how to remove the Diashock spring. It's a lot easier to remove it than it is to replace it. I've also shown you in a previous video how to make the tool do that. Just a 2mm piece of pegwood. And what I've done is with a 1mm drill bit just put a slight concave piece in the end, and then hone it down to suit so it looks something similar to that. It took about 10 minutes. I scalpelled the sides and then smoothed the rest off with a bit of 1200 grit wet and dry. So here's the bridge. I've already replaced this cap jewel and Diashock spring. Just going to put this other cap jewel in place. Just turn it the right way around. Just put it into the setting. Make sure it's central. There we go. In with the spring. You'll probably notice if you look sideways to the spring, it may have a slight curvature to it, but then it's quite apparent that the arms of the spring would be curving downwards. So let's just put this in place first. Be careful not to disturb the cap jewel whilst you're doing that. That's fine. I've got one of the arms already underneath the waist. Just pressing down with the piece of pegwood and twisting at the same time with a firm motion. Just make sure it's central. Yep. That looks pretty good, and that's how I replace them. It takes seconds. I always find, I mean, this piece of pegwood that I make, that will last months, and if you ever need to make another one, just make another one. I find this just the easiest way to remove and to replace them. I would never leave these things in place and wash, because if you think about it, if you're putting it through a cleaner and rinse with the cap jewels in place, you're going to end up with some cleaner and rinse still in there, and by the time you've actually oiled them, and I oil them with an adapted oiler like this, and all it is a black Bergen oiler that I've honed down on the end to about 0.8mm. So when I come to oil these, now the cap jewels are in place, I just turn it round, put some oil on the other side on the oil sink, and then push it through with this oiler, and the oil, or the 9010 Moebius 9010, will end up on the cap jewel. It's just the easiest way I find to oil it as well.